And we are live again. Hello, everyone. I'm Fernanda, teacher and co-founder at the Rose Meditation. And again, I have here with me Nuno, also a teacher, also a co-founder at the Rose Meditation. Hello, Nuno.
Hello, how's everything?
Very, very good. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
Good. So, Nuno, today we're going to continue talking about flexibility. The idea today is explore the idea of unlock, less tension, more movement. As everybody should know, we're going to launch a challenge that is going to be a flexibility challenge. The idea is to dig a little bit deeper inside the flexibility inside our bodies and try to understand how does flexibility work in this that is the most ancient way to train, how we do to develop flexibility. But
hmm
our idea is not to bring our foot in the head or our legs here, even though if you want, it's going to work. You can train and you're going to have this result. But the result that we are expecting to have is a little bit different, is a little bit more grounded than this
hmm
one. You want to explain a little bit what we want to develop when we say, let's unlock our flexibility? Why, how, and so
hmm
on.
Okay, so in other words, it's less about the performance itself or how
Mm-hmm,
extravagant the performance can be,
mm-hmm,
but more about what can bring us that performance, that
mm-hmm,
training of flexibility. Uh, as probably many people know, one of the biggest trainings for our in our classes is meditation, is to sit with the
mm-hmm,
legs crossed and meditate.
mm-hmm,
The old way of doing it, and we need a specific amount of flexibility to sit down on the
mm-hmm,
floor and stay comfortable. And that is the amount of flexibility that we work in our classes. That will bring us comfort.
mm-hmm.
Flexibility unlocks more flexibility. That's true, but also unlocks strength. And if I'm not wrong, many years ago in a choreography course, you said to me, your board of evaluation, say, Noon, you need to train more flexibility to do more strength positions. And
Me?
that's true till today. Yeah.
Maybe
Yes,
10
yes.
years ago.
Yeah, and that's so true. How interesting when we become more flexible, it doesn't need to be extravagant, as I said, but when we start developing more flexibility, we use that inch of flexibility to make stronger positions.
Mm-hmm,
Okay?
mm-hmm,
Even when you are at the gym working out, you're gonna grab your weights with flexibility, not just with strength.
mm-hmm.
You're going to move around with flexibility, not just with strength. And that's a huge win for our physical well being. So, things that we do in our flexibility training is never exceed, never go beyond your limits. And most of the times, we are working the flexibility of the muscles and not flexibility of your joints. So we are not
Mm-hmm.
forcing the elbows to go more than 180 degrees or pushing your hands further away. No, we are, even if we work like the flexibility of the hands, we have an intention in terms of muscles. We want those muscles
Mm-hmm.
to become stronger and flexible at the same time to create a
Mm-hmm.
sense of balance. This is very in the
Mm-hmm.
point of view of a practice that I'm telling you. So that's why there's such a small amount of injuries in our classes with our students, in our teachers, because we do flexibility in a mindful way, not in a thinking about something else and then, oh, oops. I
Mhm.
hurt myself.
And not
I think we
because
can
we are
change the
going
subject a little bit.
beyond our limits, right? Because
Yeah.
sometimes when you have some injuries or some accidents, it's because you are pushing too hard. And at some
Mm-hmm.
moment, some part of your body or your car or your machine, anything, it's going to not be
Right.
able to handle that amount of strength that is being put there. So this is where a lot of times we get injured. And in our methodology, we work with consciousness. We work understanding our limits and bringing it little by little further, but
Mm-hmm.
really little, really like consciously, right?
Yeah.
No, no, but I was discussing previously with Larissa that the idea of the flexibility, as always, is to bring us quality of life. And I was observing at the gym because we do
Mm-hmm.
gym every day. We do yoga classes and we do also strength exercises, the machines. And I was observing something that I think I never noticed before. That is a lot of people our age, they are not able to stretch the
Mm-hmm.
elbows here, or they have very limited movement of the shoulders. And I was shocked, not in a good way, with that, because even people younger than us, they couldn't like do this and then flex laterally and keep the elbows straight. And I was shocked with that because we are way too young, or these people are way too young to have this kind of limitation. And this is not going to get better by itself. Like, if you don't do anything about it, it's all the way down, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. And I think that most people, when doing sports and including the gym, they never embrace flexibility, or usually
Mhm.
they don't. And probably
Mhm.
the flexibility exercise that they do is kind of a warm up. I'm going to push the elbow here in front of my chest and then the other, move the shoulders. Okay, I'm going to work out. Like
Yeah.
flat, not like mindless, and just kind of a protocol of minimum movements to say I did flexibility as a warm up. Now I'm going to do my workout. And then, for example, when they attend my class, for example, they have a really hard time because it's hard to sit on a floor. It's hard to move around. It's hard to bring your arms next to your ears. Of course it is. You're not bringing that amount of movement or the range of movement to do that, and then it's hard. Uh,
Mhm.
but it's doable. It's doable. Like even if you have been doing the gym for many years and you want to start working flexibility, great. Like just do it. You're gonna be hard in the beginning, and then little by little, baby steps, you're gonna get better. You're gonna improve your flexibility.
Mm-hmm. No, no, and we are talking about people that go to the gym, because these days I saw some news saying that in Brazil, I'm from Brazil, more than 50% of the adults, they don't do any kind of exercise. They don't move their bodies. If this is the numbers in Brazil, I imagine in United States and Europe it's even worse, because
Yeah.
Brazilians are known for doing movement and exercises and fitness and gym, but more than 50% of them don't do any kind of exercise. And I was
Hmm.
shocked by that number. So I wanted to bring this subject because I know my Instagram, for example, I see a lot of people running. I don't know if the same thing appears to you,
Me
since
too. Yeah.
you're more like a music and an arts person, but a lot everyone runs, and I'm like, I'll never be able to run a marathon. Maybe, probably I
Hmm.
will because there is this doctor, Dr. Drauzio Varela from Brazil. He started running at 50 and he does marathons today and he's almost 80. So I
Hmm.
would. It's just not my priority. But uh, a lot of people would maybe feel overwhelmed and say, "Oh my goodness, I'm never gonna be able to do anything like that. I'm not never gonna be able to bring my foot on my head." But this is
Hmm.
not the idea. The idea is to bring everyone these things that I can do and I can improve. Because I said the same thing last week and I'm gonna repeat. When you're 70 and you're going to have a shower and you want to wash your foot, you're not going to be able to bring your foot and wash your foot unless you train
Hmm.
your flexibility. You're not going to be independent unless you train your flexibility. And it's so important to do that every day.
Hmm.
I was having this podcast with Larissa, and my mom, she just arrived here because I'm in her room, and she just came through her bed, lie down, picked something, and it was so easy for her to move her body, and I thought, good.
Yeah.
Genetics is on my side, but even
Yeah.
though she does a lot of movement and a lot of exercises, but this is what I want to be in my 70s and be independent, being able to do anything without needing anyone to help me, keeping my independence, being able to sleep and not feel that my body is sore because I was seated the entire day. So this
Hmm.
is what we want to bring to as many people as possible, right?
Yeah. 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 And and I think that most of the sports and exercise, most of them are related to strength or resistance. Like
Mm-hmm.
running a marathon, there's an amount of strength that you need to develop and resistance to be able to run all that distance. Um, and usually a few parts of your body, like the relaxation, flexibility, breath work, they are still as plan B, something that we don't talk about in the
Mm-hmm.
in that world. Nowadays it's becoming a little bit more popular, bring more awareness to that. But uh, for example, when I'm working out at the gym for 1 hour, I have I really have one goal: to do my best with nasal breathing the whole time. 1 hour without breathing through my mouth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That way I know that I'm still training with the perspective or the point of view of the DeRose method, like keep the nasal breathing as your default breathing, but still doing other things, such as the gym. But I have
Mm-hmm.
that. Also, I do machines, but then, as you know, at the
Mm-hmm.
end, I do stretching. I need to keep my flexibility as a training, as part of my training. Uh, and so I think those elements are still missing in the world of sports, of movement. Just small percentage is happening and showing up how important breathing, flexibility is. Okay, you see, for example, the Djokovic, right? The tennis player,
Joko. Joko.
Djokovic. Yeah, you can see by his body that he's flexible.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
he's the way that he opens the legs and stand to start playing, it's beyond the default of a regular tennis player. So he plays with his flexibility to his advantage. To run, to explode, he's running to play good tennis, but he's using flexibility to help him out. It is noticeable. Like you look and say, you're more flexible than others.
He's
Okay,
aware of that and he uses that in his favor, right?
it is. It is. So I think people like him are bringing that awareness to the mainstream, and at the same time, is good for us since for us, flexibility is and always will be part of our classes. It is kind of as important as breathing for us.
I agree. I agree. No doubt. So, Nuno, I think we can start to explain a little bit how our challenge is going to work and the exercise that we are going to do. We're going to do
Hmm.
in Sanskrit Padahastasana. But usually people are used to do 10, 15 seconds of permanence, and we're going to start with 1 minute. Yay. And a lot of things is going to happen in your body during this minute and more because we're going to improve our time, our challenge. The idea is to improve the time and at the end of those 15 days, you're going to have your flexibility improved by a lot. So, you want to explain how we are going to execute the Padahastasana? I know that you did this experiment these days with one of your students.
Hmm.
And what what is going to happen in our bodies while we are doing this permanence?
Hmm. Yes. So I think first we need to explain what the position is. So
Mm-hmm.
it is a forward flexion standing, or a
Mm-hmm.
forward fold. English, the
Mm-hmm.
Brits will use more that expression. So be folding forward your torso close to your legs in the standing position.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Most people will jump straight to that position, just, oh, it's going to do this, and disappear looking down. Not our way. The ancient way of doing is different. So the way that you assemble the position, the way that you prepare your body for the position, the way that you move your body into the position, everything makes part of it. And that's so important for us. It's not just the asana, the final result, is how you go there, how you hold there, and how you return. And the hold, you said 1 minute, and I noticed that, like newcomers, when I do that position, most people will try to kind of insist, that kind of a spring,
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
insisting micro movements. We won't be doing that. Okay. So, few details: feet together, it's important. Stretch your arms up, stretch your spine. That's important. And then only when that happens and you really feel that you are like lengthening your spine, then the movement starts by moving forward and then downwards. And when you reach whatever your forward flexion allows you to do, so we are not measuring here the distance of the hands towards the floor, even though we're going to
mhm,
measure to understand the progress.
mhm,
Um, We're going to do that, and for 1 minute, we're going to stay there, trying. I know I'm going to use this verb, trying to relax,
mhm,
trying to be in that position and manage ways to relax the muscles. Stiff muscles, they go against flexibility. Relaxed muscles, they help your flexibility. So for 1 minute, as a starting point, will be preparing the position, going forward, going downwards, and stay there and find a way to relax. Find ways to release tension from your body.
mhm,
And it's going to start like this. And then we're going to add time every day, and we're going to add tools to help you manage the time and improve your flexibility. Okay.
mhm,
That's kind of
mhm,
the challenge for 15 days, to improve your flexibility. So if your hands are half a meter away from the floor, or if they are already touching the floor, this challenge is for you. Okay.
mhm, mhm,
I have a goal in terms, I consider myself as a flexible person, that in
mhm. You
that
are.
position, I have a goal to reach my ankles with my forehead.
Wow.
That's my
Wow.
goal. Yeah, okay? Until then, I'm still improving. I'm a work in progress. Let it go. Let it go. Every class, every training, I'll be working in that direction. So it doesn't matter if you're really flexible or not flexible at all. Start this challenge, do it with us, and let's see the progress for 2 weeks.
Very good, very good. Okay, so this challenge is going to start on next Monday, August 17, and we want to have you with us. We're gonna share information in the YouTube, in the Instagram, and we're gonna give you some tips, and we want to invite you to participate with us. It's going to be very, very interesting. Record yourself doing your permanence, share with us, and let's do it together. I'm sure it's going to be a very good time passing together. 1 minute is nothing. We're going to improve time every day, like we did in the strength exercise. It's going to be more than 5 seconds a day since strength is different than flexibility
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
work in a different way. So we're going to improve more than 5 seconds a day, but it's never going to be too much. So I'm
Yeah.
sure everyone have enough time to participate on this challenge, and I hope to have you with us in
Hmm.
for the next 2 weeks.
Yes, let's do that. Let's work flexibility together.
Yay! Okay, guys, I think that's it. See you next week and have a mindful week.
Have a mindful and flexible week.
Woo! Even
Bye
better.
bye. Take care.